previous videos, I had mentioned that the population of Kuwait comprises that of the citizens and the expats, and expats are more in Kuwait. Now, the Kuwaitis do not live where the expats live. No, they have their own places built out for them. So it's more finer, more quieter, and yeah, I won't say more secure because the whole of Kuwait is secure. So yeah, but it's, you will really know that these are Kuwaiti areas. All right. So they now have areas that expats live. These areas is where I'm going to be mentioning. So I may not be calling those areas that Kuwaitis live, because you can't even live there. You can't live there. And even if you find a house there, it's going to be too expensive for you, and you may not be very, you just can't live there. So let's just take that away. All right, so I'm going to start. Number one on my list is Salmiya. Now, again, I have list on my laptop, so when you see me looking like this, I'm looking on my system. So yeah, Salmiya is one of the most popular expat hub in Kuwait. That's where you have lots of expats from. It's like, for me, I see Salmiya like the hub, or like the center of activities in Kuwait, because that is where you have lots of amenities, lots of offices. It's like a city, something like that. It's like a city in Kuwait. You have lots of beaches, restaurants, malls, good places to go to. All right, it's fine. Lots of people live there: Filipinos, Africans, Americans, name them. All kinds of expats live there in Samia. It's a very beautiful place to live, and transportation. So let me talk about the pros or something. Good thing about it, it's for me, I would recommend it for anyone to live there. The good thing about that is that you have different places, different good places to go look out, to go hang out, you know, like, yeah, like that. And houses are a little bit affordable. Yes, houses there are affordable. You can get a studio apartment, you can get partitions, you can get shared apartments too, and it's pretty okay. Yeah, transportation within Samia, it's around, for taxis it's like 1 kd. You have to pay 1 kd. Doesn't matter anywhere you're going to, even if it's a kilometer, or as long as it's within Samia, it's 1 kd. All right, whereas I mentioned like other places too, you see that some are just like half kd, that is 500 fees. All right, so yeah, that's the thing about Samia. And it can be, the negative part comes, it's congested, so sometimes you might be trapped in traffic, like during peak times, school runs and all of that. You can be trapped in traffic. You can really be trapped in traffic, except your way around how to get out of it. Okay, so Samia, yeah, you might want to move there. You enjoy living in that place. All right, so another place I want to talk about is Hawally. Now, Hawally and Samia both are in the same governorate. That is like province, in maybe in Canada, or states in other places. So, but in Kuwait, they use governorate to um, differentiate different provinces like that. So, Hawali and Samia are both in the same, and Kuwait City, they're all in the same governorate. Is Kuwait City in the same governorate? I don't know now, but yeah, Samia and Hawali. So Hawali also is a high-rise area, has beautiful places, and has more tech stores. So it's like the computer village in Kuwait. All right, anything tech you want to fix, repair, or do all those things, yeah, you see that in Hawali. And then it has a cheaper building than Samia, and has more people living there too. So it's congested again. It has more schools. You have more international schools in Hawally than you have in Salmiya. We have in Salmiya too, but there are more of them in Hawally. So yeah, another thing, noisy and congested at times. And you have in Salmiya, you have more, I should say, more elites living there. In Hawali, is like you have more of workers. You know, okay, let me explain it like this. Um, Kuwaitis bring laborers from outside Kuwait to come work here in Kuwait. So we have office office laborers. A lot of them, like, I'm trying to remember what the work they do. But okay, even if I don't mention the work, but just know that they have this, you know, lots of laborers living in Hawali and living in Mabula. Samia, you have more of elites, people who are officially residing themselves. This is where they keep themselves. This is where they rented themselves, all right? But on those places where you have more of, I don't want to use a word that somehow, but yeah. All right. So then the third place I want to mention is Fintas. Fintas and Mahboula. I have already mentioned Mahboula in my words as I was talking now. Fintas and Mahboula are the coastal areas. They face the sea, like they around the sea, and it's quieter, unlike Mabula, unlike Salmiya and Hawali. These two places, Fintas, they are close by also. They are in the same governorate of Ahmadi. All right, yeah, I think so. I know Mabula is in Ahmadi. I think Fintas too. And this place is a little bit quieter and has buildings too. Again, you have more workers living in this place. Now, when I mean workers, I mean um, staff that companies bring to Kuwait, all right? And they rent places, they have housing for them. And that's what I was trying to get for. They have housing for them. So you can have thousands, you can see thousands of workers living there. So most of them live in like three, four, or four persons in one room. And you see skyline as, you know, tall buildings, and then they are leaving to. So there are plenty. In the morning, you see buses picking full long buses full with staff going to taking them to Salmiya or Kuwait City or to Hawali, but they are taking them to the sea because they have more businesses in Salmiya, Hawali, Kuwait City. All right, so they keep all these people here as the residential area where they just come and pick them and go to work. So you have more amenities, businesses in Salmiya, Kuwait City, Hawaii, all those areas than you have in Mahboula and Fintas. Yeah, you do. It's not like there are enough malls and all of that, but you know, get what I'm saying. So these areas, you enjoy quietness. If you want to keep your family there, you enjoy quietness. Um, no much activities like that, and then there is seaside also for you to view. So yeah, again we have um Mangaf. Mangaf is Mangaf, it's another coastal area. It's still in after Mahboula, you get to Mangaf, yeah. So in Mangaf, we have almost like the same thing we have in Mahboula and Fintas. The difference is that in Mangaf, you have villa. There's what they call villa. Villa is like the beauty villa, like in the duplex, a normal duplex or stuff like that, but they call them villa. It's, you don't see um tall buildings in, I'll see if I can show you some videos. You don't see tall buildings like you see in Mahboula, in Fintas, in Salmiya, in all those places here. So, yeah, and here the villas are more roomy, more spacious. It can actually accommodate your family if you have family there. But, you know, con thing about there is that it's a little bit, it's quieter. It's quieter, and to move around you really have to have a car. If you don't have a car, it's going to be difficult. Sometimes you don't see buses, all right? So yeah, that's one thing. And taxis, yeah, you may be seeing taxis, but it's better you have a car when you live in those areas for me. Yeah, and in Mabula, I didn't mention taxi within Mabula is half KD. That's like 500 views to move around, you know, in Mabula from one point to another. All right. So yeah, that's that about that. 500 views is like $1.6, and 1 KD is around $3.2. So in case you want to have a good understanding of their currency. Yeah, another place I want to talk about is Kuwait City. Kuwait City is the uh what will I call it now? It's central, but it's very expensive. And now this is where you have um this is like the image of the country. Like when you Google Kuwait now, you're going to see, and that's the capital of Kuwait. You're going to see buildings and structures from Kuwait City. You're going to see tall, those skyliners you see in Kuwait. Yeah, they are from, they are in Kuwait City. So it's a very beautiful place. It's a very beautiful place to live, but very expensive. You have major businesses in Kuwait City. It's actually more like the business center in Kuwait. All right. So, but yeah, but it's very expensive. It can be very congested during peak times. In fact, almost all the time, because closing workers, companies, you see companies, people are leaving, and there's a connecting place to some other place. Like if you're going to Fawaniya, yeah, to some other places too. So it's a very busy place. Nice to live in if you like a busy area, but yeah, be ready to spend. All right, so that's that about Kuwait City. Then we have the other places you might want to consider: Abu Halifa. Abu Halifa. Abu Halifa, uh it's how having more people living Abu Khalifa. Abu Khalifa is just after Mabula, and it's quite a nice place. Also, share almost the same thing, the same features with Mabula and Fintas, because it's the same affordable building, still live within the same coastal region, and quiet also. So, again, the negative thing about these areas is that you have fewer entertainment, fewer good places to go hang out, unlike you have in Salmiya. All right, so for me, for best pick is Salmiya. Salmiya is like a blend of the city and the other areas, you know, and the coastal areas. So you have a blend of township, a blend of activities, entertainment, businesses happening. You also have that residential feel, because there's some part of Samia you live that it's not very congested. You know, you have that, you know. So yeah, it has a blend of two of them, and you know, and it's affordable, and you can some a place you might want to consider to live in. So these are the things you check depending on where your business is, where you're working. So you check proximity to your business, you check how much you want to spend, your budget, then schools that you want to put your children. Then if you are not alone in Kuwait, if you're not coming alone in Kuwait, if you have children and you know they will have to go to school, we have whereas we have schools in Mabula, we have in Abu Halifa, Fintas, and all those places. But yeah, it depending on where your students are. So assuming you're a teacher and you're teaching in Salmiya, you might want to consider moving there, or Hawally. All right, because that will be very, very. I'm going to share my story, how I moved from Mahboula, why, and how I moved from Mahboula to Salmiya. All right, so I'll share that story in my subsequent videos. So that's that about it. So also, yeah, so these are the things I want to point out for you. I hope you find this helpful. Like I said earlier, we have other areas like Salwa. Some people live in Sawa, but Sawa is originally designed for the Kuwaitis. So when you come there, you see villas. The building structure is different there than it is in those areas they built residential area. The areas they built for expats, you see 20-story buildings, 20 something story building, like some call it is it condo or something in different places, I don't know, but yeah, you see all those total buildings. But in areas where Kuwaitis live, you don't see those kind of buildings. They usually build it like 1 story to underground, stuff like that. So yeah, if you live in the areas that Kuwaitis built, it's usually quiet, and you just have to have a car, otherwise you'll be doing lots of work to bus routes. All right, if you found this video helpful, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, and also put on your notifications so that when I upload more videos, you'll be able to see them. Thank you for watching up to this point. I'll see you in the next video.